it was Zenrik Harke. But now I think he went to the lineup that he also went with a few games ago. It's Prince Carlos at the point, Will Gozum at the power forward spot. Then you have Paul Turco at the center. And of course, the sharpshooting hot man, there he is, Mix Oxon at the guard spot. Para naman sa Perpetual, Mike Sagigit goes with the usual.
Nice
Cyrus
pass.
Itura, Jelly Razon, Roque, Abis, and Omega. And ganun kabilis, umatake kagad ng BENILDE. I think still feeling confident from last Saturday's game, JB.
Yes, tama ka, Dre. Pero we can see here, itong magiging malaking factor pa rin si Miguel Octon. Not only in his scoring, pero yung may spread niya yung court eh. So malilibre dito sila Will Gozum. Ito na yung time nila to produce, to score for them, to give them confidence pa to help Miguel Octon in carrying the load.
Well, Turco, who's a 6'6" rookie, also played with the was also sa other side ng TAF, Green Archers, was part of that program. Sabi ni Coach Charles Hughes, one of the 4 rookies in the BENILDE. That was a miscue on a pass. Now here's Perpetual. Abis goes inside, but a double right away. They tried to kick it out. Ball back. Dito sa Altas, tumatakbo. Carlos sees an opening. Carlos up and in.
Good start here by the CSP pushing the ball. And great defense there sa poste ni Nitura, doubling him upon him getting the ball. Good drive there by Art Roque.
Art Roque with a drive. Well, check that. You know, I was looking at the starting unit. And the starting unit ng BENILDE is actually the same from last game. No changes mula dito kay Coach Charles Hughes. It's still this 5. 8 minutes and 22 remaining. Samantala, ito namang Perpetual, also the same unit. So, dito na nagkakaalamanan. Siyempre, may experimental phase pa rin naman yan, lalo na in the first round. Carlos, open for 3. Gives it to Arquive. Offensive board ni Prince Carlos. He will reset the offense. They want to go down to the reigning MVP. Gozum, difficult fall away. It's good.
And that's his shot, Ray. Ito si Will Gozum. Posting up, being aggressive, yun talagang kailangan natin sa kanya para maging mag-relax itong mga point guard and yung mga teammates niya.
So far, so good for the Blazers. Up 4. Stepping out of bounds is Perpetual. Now let's head courtside and listen to Lexi Gonzalez with her first report. She got to speak to the reigning MVP, Will Gozum. Lexi?
After bouncing back from 2 losses and winning in their previous game against San Sebastian, nakausap ko ang last season's MVP na si Will Gozum at sabi niya, we don't want to be in a losing streak. So, after every game, we always watch yung lapses namin and we learn from it. Dagdag pa niya, last game, we had 24 assists. That's how we played last season and we hope na maging consistent kami doon. Importante nga talaga ang consistency ngayon, lalo na that we're getting further into the season. Ika nga, matira ang matibay, Andre and JB.
Tama nga naman yun, Lexi. Matira ang matibay. Thank you for that first quarter report. And you know, that big win, Will Gozum, they were all smiles, Coach Charles too. And they were also dedicating actually that game to a fallen teammate, na si CJ Flores, Chris Flores, who is officially out for the rest of the season. It's just unfortunate news because this is his final season, but because of that ACL, that knee injury, he has to be out. So siguro may kasamang motivation. Of course, they want Flores to be part of this on the floor. Meanwhile, a miscue. Carlos with that bounce pass intended for Turco goes out. Another turnover here for BENILDE. That's one thing na gusto din ingatan ni Coach Charles Hughes. Yung turnovers nila.
Oo, Dre. Kasi medyo careless minsan eh. Kahit libre na nakikita yung kakampi nila, minsan binabato nila agad eh. Di nila na binabasa kung nasan yung help defense, kung nasan yung depensa mismo nung papasaan nila.
Down on the low block, and Omega gets fouled. Check that. That's Ferreras getting fouled. It just checked in. Or is that? Oh, it is Mark Omega. So Mark Omega will head to the line 4-2, getting the foul on Turco. And while Omega is at the line, we head back to courtside, this time on Perpetual side of things. And Diana Igual was able to speak to Coach Mike Sagigit before this game started. And we'll hear more from this report from Diana.
Andre and Jamie, the perpetual Altas, are back on the court and looking to steer back to its winning ways. After finally cracking the win column during their third game but falling short to make a back-to-back win against the koponan ng JRU, Coach Mike Sagigit said that they are not folding under pressure and will break out of the slump with the same enthusiasm na meron ng buong team during the start of the season. Ang tanong natin ngayon, kakayanin ba ng Altas to turn their setbacks to mount a comeback? Malalaman natin yan, Andre and Jamie. Balik muna sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Diana. Meanwhile, that was a botched play. It was a good pass mula kay Turco to Marcos, but Marcos missing it, but he gets it back. Here's Marcos to Turco, but he gets fouled.
Pero tama ka, Dre. You were saying earlier na ito yung experimentation na time eh. Itong first round, especially for Coach Charles Chu, na ang dami mong masyadong weapons, ang dami mong pwedeng variations. Pwede kang Will Gozum on the 3. First game niya coming back, debut game ni Will Gozum, he started as a 3-man.
And they have a big lineup. Itong Benilde. They have a 6'4 guy in Felipe Marasigan. They have another 6'4 guy who started as Zenit Ricardo, who can also pull up from the outside. Oxon lets it fly. That's a miss.
I think the biggest factor is what will work for them. Anong combination sa maganda that will work for them on the long run.
Correct. That pass kanina, Abis wasn't ready for it. Omega, a couple of fakes. Huli ni Paul Turco. Good timing. Nice drop pass to Roque.
Ooh, sayang.
But Art gets fouled and he will head to the line. And if it's on Turco, it will be Paul Turco's second personal foul. So Mike Mara about to check in. There's a timeout on the floor. Charles Stew calls for time. Our first deadlock at 6-all. Under 6 to play in the first. Tumutok lamang dito sa GTV. Our featured matchup for this game, it's Miggy Corteza and Cyrus Netura. As we take a look at the numbers, a little bit identical. But Corteza has the upper hand, and the points we know how deadly offensive he is. Samantala, sa rebounding close to 7 boards. Samantala si Cyrus, he also gets his teammates more involved with 3 assists a game. Corteza had a quiet game against San Sebastian. He was actually a non-factor. He was 2 of 11, 18% from the field. Just 4 points in that game against CSB, against San Sebastian last Saturday. Samantala, Sinitura naman was the leading scorer with 19 points. Shot 35%, also had 5 boards, 3 assists.
Actually, great to see Miggy Cortez. He didn't have a great game earlier. Last game nila. Pero he was the leading scorer with 17 points per game para dito sa CSP Blazers. So we hopefully we can see more from him producing on the offensive end, especially sa rebounding with only 4 rebounds per game.
May kontra ako dyan. Gusto mo kontrahin kita? Pagkatapos ng 29 points ni Oxon, tingin mo hindi na mauunahan ni Oxon si Corteza sa... Noong na 29 points siya, tumaas na yung average siya.
Laki. Pang dalawang game kasi
biglang
yung ganun
16.4 na siya per game. Pero tama naman. Before that game though, last Saturday, it was Miggy Corteza who's been really consistent with the numbers the past few games.
And still, Dre, sila pa rin naman tatlo eh.
Yun naman talaga yun. Corteza, Oxon, and Gozum. These 3. And you know what? As Nitura now is at the line to shoot 2, he was fouled. Nitura, what a season so far in 4 games, close to 12 points a game, close to 3 offensive boards a game, close to 7 boards total. We saw his averages earlier. Nakausap ko ng Sabado si last year's captain and point guard JC Cullar. And you know, he misses playing in the NCAA and also playing for Benilde, and he always keeps in constant communication now with Robbie, with Prince, and kasi sabi nga namin ni Papa Bear nung Sabado, I mean, with all due respect to the point guards now that Benilde has, Pero yung iba yung, di ba, yung kulyar, yung
Yeah.
mga ano kasi, yung veteran.
Natural eh.
Yung, may
Very
mga, alam mo
natural.
yun, you played with a Robert Bolick, you played with point guards.
Basaramer.
Basaramer,
Yes.
na-control nila yung laro eh.
Oo.
You get what I'm saying? Na tipong, pag nagkakagulo, disorganized, here's Carlos though, thought about it, and then almost a turnover. Mara has it now, gives it to Carlos, lets it fly from the corner, gets fouled. He will head to the line for 3.
Pero going back to what you said, sabi nga ni Coach Charles, etong si Prince Carlos still
There's still
adjusting,
time. Yes,
di ba?
yes, yes.
10 to,
Oo naman.
sabi nga niya, last season he only plays 10 to 15 minutes. Pero now, extending that to
Correct.
30 minutes is
Yes.
a big load,
Correct.
big pressure then for him to perform.
And I think, as time goes by, Prince will get the hang of it. It's not easy, being the point guard, and you have guys just following your lead. You have the reigning MVP in Will Gozo.
Yeah. Oo,
you have
mahirap
Nick
yun, no?
Solson,
Oo,
you have
oo.
Mickey Corteza. But yun nga yung kinikwento ni JC Collier. Sabi niya, alam mo ba, Kuya Andre, last year, pinapagalitan ko yan. Sino Will? Will, hindi. Dito ka. Yun yung, kasi di
Yun
ba?
yung nawala, no? Yung malaking nawala talaga sa kanila.
At alam mo yun,
Oo,
even if you
oo.
have a point guard na, and you will listen to your point guard. Tama ba?
Not only point guard, parang a leader inside the court talaga eh.
Correct.
Na talagang magmamaniobra eh. Doon ka, parang pag kinukuha ni Oxon or ni Will Gozo yung bola, teka lang, set up natin yan.
Yes.
Tsaka muna sa baba. Pero I talked to Pulya din eh. Sabi niya, siya yung nagiging parang extension ng mga players to the coaching staff eh. Kasi kunyari, si Coach Charles, sinab ka. Nag-aalit sa'yo. Tapos, di mo lang ba't nag-aalit sa'yo? May malalapitan ka kay Pulya ngayon.
Correct. Carlos hitting all those three free throws earlier. Good post
Good move.
Good spin move to the
Yeah.
baseline. Patrick Omega. Now giving Perpetual the 1-point lead. Corteza off to Kahukom. Lets it fly. That one a miss. The Maroon Shirts on the attack. Nice pass at the last second to Abis. Mula kay Netura. Pag tumatakbo na naman ang Perpetual, ang Benilde Blazers. But almost a turnover. The last touch, that was a good transition defense by Mike Sagigit. And the Altas, ito yung good spin move. Up fake against 2 defenders. Goes to the other side for Patrick Omega. And then, Netura hesitating. And dishing out to
Actually,
Abis.
love itong laro ni Marcus Netura. Talagang rebounding guard who loves to attack and find his teammates din. Talagang siya yung nagiging core or nagiging main man talaga nitong
Oh,
Perpetual.
Roque all the way. And now, here come the Altas up by 5. The Blazers need to score on this possession. This is now Perpetual's biggest lead. Under 3 to play. Corteza. Guarded by Omega. Mara with 4 to shoot. Out to Corteza. Does he know the shot clock is winding down? That shot too late. Good defense by the Altas and the whole bench. You can see JV with a
Yeah.
standing ovation, giving credit to those 5 on the floor with that superb defense on the Blazers.
Oh, talagang good start itong Perpetual. At the same time, flat start again para dito sa CSB. And they can do that every time and then magpipick up sila on the second and the third quarter. Pero at the same time, on that possession, specifically si Miggy Corteza and Mara, silang dalawa na naglaro eh. Walang umikot na bola. Meaning, hindi nagtrabaho yung depensa. Pinadali nila yung buhay ng depensa.
Perpetual now on a 12-3 run in the last 4 minutes. Also forcing the Blazers to commit 5 turnovers, 2 more than the Altas. Pagaran is now in the game. They go down on the block again. Omega up and under move. Offensive board by Abis, and now the Altas scoring inside, up by 7, 16-9.
They're really controlling itong game natin to Perpetual. Offensive rebound, attacking the basket, posting up si Omega. Talagang gustong-gusto lang bigyan ito si Omega. Feeling nila mismatch yung defender niya eh.
Oh, but Marcos aggressive to the hole. Tutungo sa free throw stripe for 2. Mike Sagigit talking to his, talking to the official saying, tingnan mo yung galaw ni Omega. Sayang, miss nga lang, but there's Abyss.
So that miss, Dre opened up para dito kay Abyss kasi nag-help yung tao niya. So he had the opportunity to grab the board. So kita mo yung tenacity, yung start of this game para beat dito sa Altas.
And they have 2 very active offensive rebounders in Omega and in Abyss. Omega averaging 6 defensive boards a game, 4 offensive rebounds a game, total of 10.
Solid.
Abyss naman, meanwhile, close to 5 rebounds a game. So these two just really doing the dirty work inside. Mark Omega and John Abyss, pero a turnover. Pagaran losing a handle on the ball. Naivib. Kahukom has it. Now here's Sako, the lefty, for 3.
Ganda ng transition defense itong Perpetual. Talagang di naka-atake si Robbie Naivib. 4 players inside the paint defending. Ito si Robbie para walang layup.
BENILDE now 0 out of 4 from 3-point range. Good tap, good steal by Sako, falling down on the floor, gives it to Corteza, puts it up. Kahukom! And the third try is good. And now it's Mike Sagigit's turn to talk things over with 2 minutes and 8 to go in the first. Perpetual, after leading as much as 7, find themselves still on the driver's seat, 16-12. Perpetual Altas earlier had a 14-4 run, 14-3 run, and then BENILDE was able to cut things down. Now just down to 4. Ito ang pinakamalaking kalamangan kanina ng Perpetual help, Mr. Francisco P. Gusi Jr., Sir Frank, longtime member of the management committee of the NCAA, representing Perpetual help. He used to represent San Sebastian College for Coletas, but he's been around. He's been really one of the kumbaga, supporters ng NCAA and always in attendance. His team up by 4. Final 2 minutes here in the first period. And they go down low again to Omega, who gets fouled by Corteza. Corteza asking for a ward-off. He claims it was an offensive foul.
This is the same move, no, Dre? Ang ginagawa natin ni Omega. And I'm not sure kung defensive scheme ba ng CSP players pag napasa sa post, sinisend nila baseline, binibigay sa outside. Pero on that defensive end, nahihirapan sila dito kay Omega eh.
Mark Denver Omega misses from the line, and Omega just a 75% free throw shooter. Mr. Lorenzo earlier you saw. And Omega misses both, but he has the ball back. Against Cortez on the low block. It's an ISO. Omega, couple of fakes. The fall away. Difficult shot mula kay Omega. Sako sees a streaking Kahukom on the other end, and he puts up and in. Joshua Kahukom.
And they need to keep pushing the ball itong CSB kasi masyadong relax. Itong Perpetual, kapag sa defensive end nila, they really need to push the ball, mabigay yung pace sa side nila.
And Kahukom, 4 points in 4 minutes off the bench for Charles too. Here's an outside shot.
Ooh, no call.
Oh, again, look at, may isa na naman nag-leak out. That's Sako all the way. And if you're Mike Sagigit, like what you said, Jamie, you have to do something about it kasi talagang nagli-leak out, nagli-leak out yung mga Benil Blazers.
It's the guards, Ray. Walang safety man dun sa ano eh. Kapag sa nag-fast break na tong si SB Blazers eh.
At tabla na tayo at 16 all. Now it's Benilde with a run of their own. Ito yung kay Kahukom against two defenders. Followed by Naide over to Sanko.
Saka para mapigilan mo itong mga fast breaks, you need to have great shots din on your offensive end para alam ng mga teammates mo na titira na itong kakampi ko. Hindi yung biglang tumira, wala ka pa nga ready to rebound or ready to defend the fast break eh.
Pagaran at the line. He's the second leading scorer of the Altas. He's right behind Marcus Netura. Pagaran is a really good free throw shooter. Just at close to 79%, close to 80%. Kasi Pagaran at the line. Just 3 misses all season long.
Wow.
Kita-kita mo naman din sa bitaw ng bata, sa stroke ng bata. Naive. Now playing the point position for the Blazers. 3 on the right, 1 on the left. It's Sanko. Now the screen set up by Gozum. Another switch on that pick. Kahukom lets it fly. Bullseye!
Great sorry buddy kay Kahukom. 7 points already in the first quarter.
10-2 run now by the Benil Blazers. And they get the ball back. Here's Kahukom again on the other end, but that time too strong. Saves it to Corteza. Sanko back up to Naive. Benil will set up their offense, 5 to shoot. And from way downtown for Naive, at di nagkasundo Naive and Gozum. And look at these two having words with each other, the two veterans, and they had to be separated here. We'll get back to what happened there between Naive and Gozum. At the end of the first, the Blazers up 19-8 thanks to a 10-2 run